The blue light from the phone screen cut through the dimness of the room. Aman tapped the calculator again. The number 5000 blinked back at him. He shoved the device across the wooden table toward Utkarsh. How is 5,000 a month supposed to change my life? This is not wealth. It is barely enough to survive. The city traffic hummed, a distant reminder of the millions of people chasing a prosperity he could not reach. He picked up his phone, thumbing through social media feeds packed with images of expensive cars and vacations he would never afford. He tossed the phone back onto the table with a sharp clatter. Everyone talks about getting rich, but I do not have lakhs to invest. I can only start small, and small feels like nothing. Utkarsh leaned forward into the narrow pool of lamplight. Aman watched the phone for a long moment before meeting Utkarsh's gaze. Utkarsh stood up and said, "You are looking at the money, not the time. You are making the mistake most people make. You think the amount is the problem, but the real problem is your perspective on how wealth actually grows." Utkarsh said, "Let me tell you a story." The wise man asked the king for 1 grain of rice on the first square of a chessboard, then double it on every square. Can you imagine what it would be like? A single grain of rice landed on the first square. Aman blinked and said, "That sounds very tiny, unless the amount of grain will by the end must be maximum 1 kg. The gains started to fall and increase in numbers climbed in a steady rhythmic pulse. Aman watched the squares fill. That's what the king thought. Maximum 1 kilogram of rice. But the smart man understood compounding. With each next square, the rice doubles. The doubling accelerated. The rice spilled over the edges of the squares, forming small mounds, then ridges. Aman leaned in. It is moving too fast. In the beginning, almost nothing seems to happen. And eventually, growth starts creating growth. This is the effect of compounding. By the end, it would be 5 billion kilograms. Aman said, "So the hardest part is the beginning." Utkarsh responds, "Always. The start is slow, which is why most people quit before compounding ever starts working." Utkarsh said, "Most people think wealth comes from finding the perfect investment. But wealth usually comes from 3 things. The first panel read, 'Start early.' The second, 'Stay consistent.' The third, 'Give it time,'" Aman said. "So time is doing most of the work." Utkarsh responds, "For years, people often think wealth is built through big decisions, but more often, it's built through small, boring actions, repeated every day or month. People chase the perfect investment, the sudden win, the grand strategy. But more often, it's having simple strategy of investing consistently and having patience." Aman says, "So compounding rewards patience, more than intelligence." He finally understood the mechanism. It was not about intelligence or luck. It was about the endurance of the process. Aman looked down at the small potted plant sitting on the table. Aman thought, just like a plant takes time to grow and reward fruits, wealth is created by investing consistently and having patience. Utkarsh said wealth creation is not a sprint race, but a marathon. Slow and steady you build, taking small steps towards your goal. Comment below, what's one financial habit you stayed consistent with?